Hi, this is Val from Scrappy Mania, and today I have a product review. I have some videos where I showed you how I use this Go Press foil machine to do some of my foiling for some of my cards, and I was using that machine and I was doing a product review of this plate. This is by Pink Fresh. It is called the Solid Hot Foil Plate, and I use this to transfer the excess. So I have this foil die, and I went ahead and transferred that onto this cardstock, and then I used the excess and made this secondary panel using the excess. So what it's supposed to do is to help you use all your foils, so no discard will happen if you're using this. Now I noticed I have another video in where I also was using this die, and I did also a comparison with other cardstocks. So one video I showed you how I use 110-pound Red Collection cardstock, and I got the best result with that. I also, in that same video, I showed you that I used this cardstock by Red Collection. And it's a flat card envelope that I got at Hobby Lobby on discount, and I got good results, and I'll put the video below. I also had another video. So the first video, actually, I showed you how I use different type of cardstock. Like this is photo paper, and I was using this plate with photo paper, and I got this result, which is very nice. Usually it worked very well. I have other samples like this one that worked okay, but not as good as the photo paper. But then when I try to do the discard, this is photo paper, it didn't transfer. So it was a total failure for transferring my excess onto, the card. So it really worked very well. This plate really worked very well, but the excess did not work very well with the Go Press and Foil. And I was noticing that all my samples, when I try to use the excess, the middle part seems to not get transferred very well. So see how the middle part is lighter? Let me see here. Notice on this one, it's like I was just getting not enough foil transfer in the middle part, even though I did a different shims and all that stuff. So I decided to get the Glimmer plate system. So I went ahead and got the Glimmer because I was curious. Could it be that because my Couture creations, maybe it's an old model, maybe there is not, it's not transferring all the heat across the whole surface. Maybe in the middle it doesn't get as hot as the side, so the heat is not even. So I'm thinking maybe that's why I'm not getting as good results as when I see other people getting good results using their Glimmer hot foil from Spellbinder. So I decided to get it. It was $74.99 at Hobby Lobby, so I got the machine, and I wanted to go ahead and test it. I'm going to test the Go foil against this machine. I was not seeing any video out there that they had a comparison between these two machines. Now they have a lot of reviews on either the Glimmer machine. They had a lot of reviews on the Go Press machine, not as much as the Glimmer, but they didn't have review comparing both of them. So for those out there that may have the Go Press foil machine, and you're thinking about which machine should I get, you find a Go Press foil machine, you find this at a good deal, or you find this one and you say, should I get this one or the Glimmer? I want to go ahead and test it out for you to see which one is best. Now with the press foil machine, what I got with this machine, it was from HSN, the Anna Griffin. I had some Anna Griffin dies that came with it. And this one is built that you can use it with your Cuttlebug. So if you have a Cuttlebug, you can use this machine. I'm not sure if you have a Cuttlebug, if you can use the Glimmer. So I'm going to compare the size of this one and the size of the Glimmer, and then we'll see. If you have a Cuttlebug, you won't be able to get this machine, I think. That's my suspicion. But what you get with this one, now the other machine is old. the gold press foil. So it's old machine, so I'm not sure exactly what everything came with, but I know it did come with these pairs of tweezers. It came with a hot plate, and that you can put your hot plates down. And it also came with the Anna Griffin dies. I think it was 2 dies. One that said happy birthday, and one was a flower. And I think it even had a frame. This Glimmer hot foil machine, I went ahead and unboxed it for you. It comes with the platform. It comes with, now I bought an extra one of these, so let me see. It comes with this one. So I'm going to put that aside because I already have one. It comes with this hot plate. So the foil press machine comes with this one. So the other one, the old one, came with this. And then this is the new hot plate. So it came with that. Came with the platform. And let's go ahead and compare the platform of the other machine. Nope. It's shy. It's the Glimmer is a little bigger than this one. So if you have the Cuttlebug, you cannot use the Glimmer. So you're going to have to get the foil, gold press foil. But this one's a little tad wider. Okay. It comes with 2 plates. It comes with your dies. And it comes with this. Now, what I'm going to go over this one. This is not a good pickup tool. It comes with some foil, and it comes with the cord. Okay, let's put that aside. Let me show you why this is not a good tool. So let me open this so that way you can see. Okay, so you see this? Okay, so if I have this plate, see how it kind of picks it a little bit, but it can fold down pretty easy. Okay, now look at this one. It really holds it very tightly. And let me show you this here. This plate. If I try this gadget cannot pick it up. It's the same with this one. It's not strong enough to pick it up. So this is useless. This one, however, if you use this one, it picks it up nicely. The other thing, if you happen to buy this, and this is what you get, which is not a good tool for background plates like this, you can buy this at, I bought this at Harbor Freight, and then you can just, you know, kind of use this to push it down. You can use this. Yeah, at least you don't burn yourself, and just put it aside. But if you can get a hold, these tweezers, they do have them, they sell them separate. So I recommend this tweezers more than this. These are perfect for these little dies. I like it for the little ones. But it is not good for big plates. Okay, so now let's go ahead. I want to go ahead and show you my samples. Actually, I don't know if I showed you the samples. I did. So I want to go ahead and get everything set up. So we're going to test out my original gold press foil. So we're going to test this out. I'm going to use these 2 plates, the same plates that I used before. I'm going to use, this is a Crafted Companion background foil plate. And then I'm also going to use a Spellbinder plate. And if you notice in my example, the Crafted Companion, you know, it came out pretty nice, but it did not work at all. It did not transfer the foil at all from the discard. But for the Spellbinder, it did a better job. It was very nice first transfer and then the second transfer with the excess, it worked pretty well on both cardstock. Okay, so that's why I want to see if there's a difference between those two. It might also be this one, it'll be harder to transfer the discard, the leftover foil, than this one. So that's what I want to test out. So I want to test out the two machines, if this one has a better even heat, because my foil's in the middle. All of them had in the middle, it didn't transfer as well as I would like it to have transferred. You know, you can see it on these. You notice all in the middle. This one, the middle. It looks like and here you can see a little bit. It's not really a lot of transfer here. There's more on the edges. So I have a feeling that the edges of this is heating better than the whole plate. So that is what I want to test. So we're going to test this one out first. So I'm going to have to turn it on. I'm going to have to give it time to heat up in order for me to do the experiment. The other thing I want to test out is this plate. So I want to make sure that one is going to work very well. I'm using the same cardstock that I use for this one, and that I got good results. So I am going to test it out on the same cardstock. So let's not change cardstock. And it's from the Flat Cards and Envelopes Recollection. So I'm just going to use the cream color and the black color. So we're only going to test it out one piece of cardstock. So that way we control our experiment to the same cardstock. I'm also going to use Spellbinder foil. Okay, so we'll use this one. Actually, I might just use this one. So let's just also control the foil. So that's why there's no question on, well, you used a different foil. So we're going to just use this foil to transfer. Okay. So that's Spellbinder. I'm not going to use these. Maybe I should use the foil that, nah, we're just going to use this one. Okay. So the first thing for the old one, this is how the old one works. I'm going to plug it in. Okay. It turns on, so let me go ahead and move some of my stuff. Okay. So, oops, let's move this over. So this one, you turn it on, and but it's not blinking. So what you have to do is hit it again. Oh, actually, I got to put the plate on. So once you put the plate in place, you hit it again. And it has to blink like that. And then you're going to wait until it gets green. Typically, I wait 5 minutes to make sure this gets nice and hot before I do anything with it. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here, let it get to temperature. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Evolution. The Spellbinder one, Glimmer, can be used with the Big Shot. It can be used with, the Spellbinder Platinum machine and other machines. So you cannot use it with Cuttlebug. Definitely you cannot use the Glimmer with the Cuttlebug because it's a little bigger. But you can use it with any machine. So I'm going to use it with this die cutter machine because I'm used to this one. I already have it set. For my sandwich for this is usually number 5 for my sandwich. So I use 2 shims of 80-pound cardstock. And then I pass it through. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to keep my experiment. I'm going to control the variables as much as I can. So I'm going to use this machine instead of my Sizzix Big Shot. Because I don't use this machine. I don't use the Go Press with my Sizzix Big Shot. So I'm just going to use this machine. And hopefully it will come out right. So let's give this 5 minutes to heat up, and I will come back and we'll start the experiment. Okay, so it is ready, nice and hot. I can feel the heat coming through. So I want to start out with the Crafter's Companion. I'm going to put that plate down. I'm going to wait until it turns green, and then we'll go ahead and put cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and use the black cardstock for this one. So now that it's green, I'm already go ahead and cut my foil. So you want to put your foil with the shiny piece up. Then you want to go ahead and put your paper, and the smooth side is what you want to lay down. I'm going to put one shim, and this is 110 pounds. I'm going to put another 110 pounds, so 210 pounds shims. Oh, actually there's two in here. There's two shims. So this is 110 pound. The other one feels like a 80 pound. So two shims. Going to close it. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead. I have my Evolution here. So you can see my Evolution. So let me see if I can bring this over. Bring this over. I hope you can see that. Okay. Maybe I think I got it all straightened out here. Okay. So I got my machine. I have it set at 5. Let's see. Yeah, I think 5 is good. Pull it out, and then I want to run it very slow. Okay. And then I'm going to run it back. I think I'm going to do it, put it a little less than 6, 5. Put it 4. Okay. So here is my plate. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. And I'm going to start with the next one because I want to go ahead and try out this one, this plate. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Look how beautiful that printed. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but see how it's less intense here? See how intense it the side? It could be that that's how the die was created, but there's always less foil in the center. But not bad. It looks beautiful. That's good. Very nice. So I'm going to put this aside because we're going to test it out, the excess after. That's my second pass. Once this heats up, I'm going to let that heat up. And I am going to try out, I got to see where I put my cardstock. Let's see. Well, here it is. We're going to now get this one. And I got my foil cut out. Gonna put my foil on. Okay. This is the smoother side, I think. Oh, I got 2 in there. Okay, it looks like I got it just right. Put one shim and these two shims. Close it. I'm going to bring it out. And let's run it through the machine very slowly. If you're having a difficult time cranking it, if this plate, see this plate is still nice and straight, but if this plate starts bowing, too much pressure, you may damage your machine. So I recommend to really be very careful how much pressure you place on your plates. So this is, and look how beautiful that comes out. I mean, these Spellbinder dies are beautiful. Okay, let's put that one aside. Now we're going to remove this. And since I still have this out, I'm going to go ahead and put on my solid plate. I'm going to let it get nice and hot. And then we're going to test that same, the discard. So we're going to test this discard and the other discard, and let's see what we get. So let me give this time. You really want this nice and hot, so I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I'll come back to you so that way you don't have to wait with me that long. So I shall be back. So the plate feels nice and warm. So I am going to go ahead and lay my discard faced up. And you want the shiny part down. And then I want to go ahead and put my cardstock. Same shim. I'm going to go ahead and put one shim, two. I have it around 4 and a half, 5. Okay, so let's run it through. Pull it out. And this time I'm just going to take my time. And a little less. So what I'm testing is if it makes a difference. So this one I never got a good transfer with. This one I had a pretty decent transfer except for the middle side. So I'm testing to see, can it be the plate that's causing not a good transfer? I don't know. I mean, it does a beautiful transfer, you know, onto this, but the excess that's on here doesn't transfer that well. So, not sure. Let's see. Okay, so here is, and look. See right there? Look at that. Right there. It doesn't transfer very well. It doesn't transfer clean. So, that was a lot of foil that I missed right in the center. But it's still, you can use it. It still looks nice, but see, it's not, I don't know. It's not that good. Not that good. Now we're going to test with black. Okay, I'm going to put this one on here. And I'm going to use my black cardstock. Put it on top. Maybe I should center it. Put a shim. Put 2 more shims, so there's 3 shims total. And let's run it through. Again, see the middle. It did pretty nice. See right there? Again, the middle. And look at all the foil left in the center. So now I'm going to turn this one off. I'm going to plug in my other one. Oop. I guess you turn it off by just unplugging it. So I'm going to unplug this one. I'm going to bring my Spellbinder over. I'm going to bring it to temperature, and then I'll come back to you and let's try it out. Okay, so I went ahead and turned it on to the back. You basically just hit this, and the platform will turn green. Will turn green when it's ready. Let's see. So you place the timer light indicator will initially blink green. You are ready to fold when the timer light indicator is solid green. So here, plug in, push it on, which we just did. The power light will light up red. When heated to optimal temperature, the platform ready light indicator will light up. When you do that, you press the timer, then the green one will turn on. The green will be blinking, initially will be blinking, and when it's ready to foil, it will turn a solid green. Okay. And we are going to use, I already test out, I have it at number 3. I test the platform with the shims through my evolution, and 3 seems to be good. Let's see, and here it says when you place your Glimmer foil shiny side face down, you put your material and then you put the shim. And if I'm using cardstock, I need the thin shim and the spacer pad. So I need these 2. This is called, it has a name on here. This is thin shim and spacer pad. So I'm going to use both. Okay. Okay, so my ready platform is on. So now that it's there, I'm going to go ahead and put my Glimmer, actually put my foil, like so. Then I'm going to start with the black cardstock. Well, actually, let me try. I'm going to go ahead and use cream this time. Cream cardstock. So that way we know which one was Glimmer and which one wasn't. Then I'm going to go ahead and put 1 shim, 2 shims, I pulled it out. See, I had a video where she pulled it out before she puts her shims. So I pulled it out because it moves. And then I'm going to run it through very slowly. I might need to increase it a little bit. I'm not sure. Maybe a 4. Okay. Actually, I'll leave it at 3. I don't want to damage my plates. Okay, so here it is. Actually, it worked pretty nicely. Okay. And next time I'm going to put a cardstock in between. Not bad, but it's a little blurry right there. I think it's when I moved it. But it looks good. There's actually more. I think I'll get a better impression the next one. Okay. Now, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and remove this one. Put this one on. Wait until it's ready. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use a shim. A very thin shim. Because I don't want my plate to get, it got a little foiled. So I'm going to put a little thin shim. And that should protect it. Going to go ahead and put my foil on top. Black cardstock is what I'm going to use. Put that here and then hit the timer. Actually, the other one is a lot easier to pull, it looks like. It doesn't move things around as you saw it. And I think it's because it has a hinge, so it keeps things in place more than this one. This one's a little more floating around. So it might be a good idea to maybe put all the material down. So let's see how I can pull it without moving things. Okay, so it's ready to go. I think that's what it means. Ready to get pulled. So I'm going to pull it out a little bit. See, it moves, so you got to kind of pull this stuff out. Get everything back in place. So for the Spellbinder, just pull it out. Otherwise, things will shift. And then I'm going to run it very slow. Very nice. Perfect. Look how beautiful that came out. Perfect. Okay. Now, we're going to remove this plate. And we're going to place this plate on. Now, Pink Fresh was demoing this plate on the Glimmer plate. And her results were very, very, very nice. So I'm hoping I get the same result. Now, she was using the Spellbinder, I think, Platinum. I'm using the Evolution. So, I don't know. I'm hoping we'll get the same results. I'm going to use my shim. So we're going to try out. Now I kind of messed up a little bit this here, so disregard that. So if that piece doesn't transfer too well, is because I have tape and it hit the tape. So put the timer on. It's nice and hot, actually. And it's going to be a little bit, I see it kind of double here. So just to be fair, right here, when I pulled it out, look, it's a little like, I don't know if you can see it in camera, but it's like, it has a double imprint. Just to be fair, it's not like this one. If we compare this area, look at this area, and then look at this area, how nice and crisp is on this one. It's not. It's because it moved. So once it gets hot, I'm going to pull it from the platform, and then I'm going to put my stuff on. So I think I got to wait until, I get confused on these two machines. I think I got to wait there. I think it's ready. So let me pull it out from the platform. See, it shifts whenever I do that. So you got to pull it out first, then put your cardstock. Gonna put, oops, make sure I get it right. Put 1 shim, 2 shim, 3. Let's run it through. Okay. So let's look. Don't know about that transfer. However, it's more even. It's a little more even, but I'm not sure. And it could be the plate. That's why I wanted to test out the plate. That is with this one. So this one you're always gonna get maybe a distress transfer. I don't know. We'll see. This one's ready. Put the timer. And we're going to use black cardstock for this one. Okay, it is ready. So I'm going to pull it from the base. Let's put this first on here. Then just going to put this one on here. And then my shims. Hold it in place. And let's run it through slowly. Let's see. Like I said, this area there was some tape. I have tape on my a tape dispenser, and I didn't realize that it grabbed onto there. So, but let's see how it comes out with the other areas. Actually pretty nice. I think I need to adjust the pressure a little bit. If I use my Sizzix, it might be even better. But not bad. Actually, it came out pretty nicely. Nice, nice. So let's go ahead and let me kind of clear things up, turn things off, and let's analyze what we have. So let me clear this up and I'll be back. Okay, so let's look at our results. In this one, we were using the Gold Press and foil from Couture Creation, not the Spellbinder Glimmer. It did a wonderful job of transferring the foil, just like it, you know, it transferred the foil in my other experiment. It transferred very nicely. So the plate, it transferred very nice. So this plate from that is, you know, pretty intricate. So this plate that has a lot of really intricate design do transfer very nicely. But when you look at the discard, it's still not the best. However, it's a lot better. It transferred a lot better than it did with just well, actually, yeah, this is the Gold Press and foil. So it did transfer. It does have that area there. And all my other ones, this is the Gold Press and foil. That same area right there is where it looks like there's a little, not the heat is not as evenly distributed there. So this is with the Gold Press and foil from Couture Creation. Then, and it was with this plate, okay? Then I took a Spellbinder plate. Now all of them are using the Spellbinder foil, and all of them are using the same pressure from my Evolution. So those are the two constant variables in this experiment. So now I used the Spellbinder plate, and it really did a good job on before. It also did a good job, so that's no issue. So the gold press and foil against the Glimmer foil system, it does about the same job with this plate, with the Spellbinder plate. However, it still have that area there, and see, it didn't look at the discard, so it's not as clean as I would have liked it to be. Okay, so that's with my gold press and foil. So it does a good job if you're using just the plates, but if you want to use the discard, it's not as good. Now let's go ahead and take these out, and let's analyze using the Glimmer plate foiling system from Spellbinder. So let's first look at this plate. The one, you know, this is the Crafter's Companion plate. With the Crafter's Companion plate, it did a good job. However, the Glimmer, you have to pull it off the plate before you do your foil and everything, because it moved. So when you see it, see how it, to me, it looks a little blurry. It's not as crisp as it was here. So this one, look how the difference is really crisp, but it's not as crisp. It's kind of like, I can see it double. And that's because you got to pull that plate out before you put your layers. Not like with the gold press and foil, you don't have to pull it out. It really keeps it in place. But it did a good job. Everything is nice and even. Now for my, let's see, my foiling, my discard, it did a better job, I think, for my discard than this one, because there's always this area. So it did a little better job than the gold press foil, but not, it's still distressed. Not very good. And so my theory was it had to do with the plate. The plate had something to do. So for this plate, you'll get a nice little first foiling, but your discard is always going to look a little distressed, which is okay. You can use it that way. You just put some layers. Okay. Now let's go over and analyze the Spellbinder plate with the Spellbinder foil with the Glimmer Spellbinder foil system. It did a wonderful job. Look at all that. It really pressed in the foil. I don't see any distress foiling in there. Looks pretty nice. Let me look and see. I did not see any distress foiling either with that plate using my gold press and foil. So it's a very nice plate. And I had never had any issues with the Spellbinder plates. Same as here. Pretty nice. It's really, really nice. Now the proof is going to be in the discard. So if you look at this discard, it was pretty even, except for this area where my foil went on some tape, and that's why it really kind of transferred those lines. But other than that, look, not too bad, really. And I'm using the Evolution, and maybe it needed a little more pressure, so I just got to play with the shims, but not too bad. With this one, these cards, you have that area right there which doesn't get transferred. You did not get, it was pretty even here. So the Glimmer foiling system, it's a lot better to get your discard, to use your discard. And using their plating system, their foil plates, is a lot better than using the Crafter's Companion plates. And you know, to be fair, it's different. This one has really deep impressions. This one, there's a lot of different levels of impression, and I think that's the issue. It makes a beautiful first impression, but the second impression is not as nice as the first one. So my verdict, and also using this plate. So using this, you really get all your foiling. It is worth using it. Now I could have tried I didn't want to add this in the mix because I've used this in the old way, and I do have a video where I show you how to use this, and I was getting not the greatest result. But I think the issue was I didn't have the best machine. So the way to go is to go with the Glimmer foil system from Spellbinder, to go with their foils and go with their foil plates. So I hope you like this video, and if you are on the fence to figure out which one you should buy, either the Gold Press or the Glimmer, I'll recommend, if you have a choice between those two, to pick the Glimmer. If you only have a die cutter, which is the Cuttlebug, then you have to pick the press and foil system, because that's the only one that's going to fit through your Cuttlebug. The Glimmer one will not fit to your Cuttlebug, but according to this, it says you can use this system with the Spellbinder Platinum 6. It can also be used with the Big Shot, which is what I have, and selected manual cutting machine, which is my Evolution, because I can adjust the height of those rollers. So the Evolution is another machine that will work. It won't work with your Cuttlebug, I can tell you that for a fact. So I hope you like this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now.